Peace, family. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star, and today I got a good episode for y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, the like button, the share button. Make sure I hit that notification bell. Make sure y'all check me out on Spotify, Anchor, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and my Patreon at Black Star TV 2.0 on all of them. Again, I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. I hope y'all have a productive week. And we're going to keep having productive weeks. I wanted to get into this guy named John Amanchukwu. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's going to pronounce his name in the video. But he was speaking about, I guess he was trying to address Jared Jeffries, the new Speaker of the House for the Democrats. And he said a couple of things that we have to, go over because one, he's a pastor. I believe he was an ex-football player, but one, he's a pastor. And I believe that 501(c)(3)s aren't supposed to be political. So you ain't supposed to speak on politics and things like that. So, I want to get into this and, break this down. So let me share my screen with you guys and we're going to get into this real quick. All right, here we go. So.
Hello, my name is Pastor John Amanchukwu. And in response to Hello, my name is Pastor John Amanchukwu. And
Pastor John Amanchukwu. So again, family, let's just start off with, we can tell by the last name, Amanchukwu, that you are not a foundational Black American. So I would say that we're not against, non-FBA speaking about reparations, especially if you're on code. But if you're saying things that's off code, then we don't want to hear what you have to say. So let's hear what he has to say, family.
And in response to Representative Hakeem Jeffries' speech, I would like to say that we need reason over rhyming. We need men with chest over men with breast.
Now, men with chest over men with breast. Now I got a nice little chest on me, but I understand it. I respect that. But let's
fathers over reparations.
Let's put a halt to that one. Fathers over reparations. This is why, family, we have so many issues with non-FBAs, right? Or some people have issues with non-FBAs speaking on our reparations. Now, I told y'all this. They tend, because I believe he's a Republican, right? And this is why he was having a response to Hakeem Jeffries, right? So again, I told you one of their tactics is to use Black men, right, that are not foundational Black American, who look like a foundational Black American, because he looked like he could be foundational Black American. He sounds like he could be foundational Black American because based off the last name and based off his tone and his act, he doesn't have an accent, right? So you could, if that wasn't if his name was John Smith, you would be like, yo, he's foundational Black American, just based off, his accent, right? He doesn't have a African accent or a Caribbean accent, but just the last name alone tells you that he's not foundational Black American. Fam, fathers over reparations. It's so much that's wrong with that. Number one, I'm just going to speak on my situation, right? I don't listen. You could push that on somebody else, but fam, I grew up with my mom and my dad in the same household. They were married before I was born. I'm 40 years old. I know I don't look 40, but I'm 40 years old. My parents was married before I was born, and they're still married now. So like me, I don't need fathers over reparations. Like, I want my check. And I believe the rest of the FBAs will say the same thing. Even FBAs that didn't have their father in their home. You think now all of a sudden they want a father? Like, fam, and let's be honest, bro, right? We do absolutely need fathers to be in our homes. But to be honest, right, there's more fathers in their kids' lives than there was 30 years ago. Right. So again, we actually are better in that aspect now. Statistics are showing that fathers are way more involved in their lives in the Black community than they were, 30, 20 years ago. So that whole fathers over reparations, that's crazy. That's who would even, that's what I would be saying, bro. Some of these people come up with the wildest things to be against reparations. They know reparations is such an easy, it's such an easy fix that we have to. Oh no, we don't need cash payments. We don't need this. We don't. Hold on 1 second, family. 1 second. This is my kids. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Hey, I'm live right now. You hear me? Say what's up to everybody.
What's up?
All right, you want me to call you back? Jay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. What?
Would you rather have cash reparations or would you rather have your dad?
My dad.
I know you would say your dad, but I know Bug would probably say he would want the cash. All right, I'm gonna call you back, Bug. I'm gonna call you back in a couple minutes, okay? All right, buddy. That's my boogie. He didn't really help my help my stance because he said he'd rather have his dad over reparations. But that's my son Jeezy. My son Willie would have sold me for some Robux. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm glad he didn't get on there because he would have sold me out for a PlayStation 6. I promise you he would have. But again, family, this whole fathers over reparations, and of course we definitely need our kids, right? Our kids definitely need our fathers. You know what I'm saying? They actually need a 2-parent household. That's what kids really need. Let's be honest. But over reparations, fam, nah, we need the bread. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Let's keep it going though. He says some more goofy stuff.
Biblical justice over social justice. Diversity of thought over racialized social justice. Biblical justice over social justice.
Biblical justice over social justice. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a religious person, and shout out to anybody who is religious. I don't knock anyone for their belief. I don't care whether you believe in the devil, or I don't care whether you believe in God, I don't care whether you believe in the Smurfs, right? Believe in what you believe in at the end of the day. But I'm gonna say this is why the Black church honestly is on a decline, right? Because number one, it just doesn't make sense to a lot of people nowadays, right? Like a lot of it doesn't add up. He's going to say some more churchy stuff. And again, at the end of the day, people see, because pastors to me, right? And again, this is no knock on churches, right? Because I believe that the people, right? The people in the church have good intentions. Some pastors have good intentions, it's rare, but some pastors have good intentions. But for the most part, pastors are like politicians. They're like politicians. They some slick talking, money hungry, right? Type of people who will tell you whatever they need and to make you feel good while nothing's really changing for no one in the congregation, but it's truly changing for them, right? So they'll look nice and dapper, right? But meanwhile, most of your congregation is struggling and poor, right? And under the poverty line. So that's I don't really know how, I don't really agree with that whole biblical justice over social justice, because I don't even know what the hell biblical justice is going to mean, right? What does he mean by biblical justice? What kind of biblical justice are we going to get? And again, I don't even really agree with social justice to an extent, right? We need social justice, but we need economic justice. You could push that biblical justice and that social justice right to the side and give us economic justice. You feel me? That's what we really need.
Justice. Diversity of thought over racialized social constraint. We need an appreciation for the unborn and not a devaluation of life. We need parental rights and education rather than the demotion of parental oversight.
Okay.
We need education and not indoctrination. We need the freedom of school choice and not the shackles of a...
Now, family, he said we need education, not indoctrination. But some would argue that religion is indoctrination, right? And again, a lot of this education is indoctrination. Let's be real, right? A lot of this education is indoctrination. It's funny because, again, make sure y'all sign up for the FBA stream. Make sure y'all sign up for the FBA stream. And again, right, because my son called me the other day, and the same one, Jaden, he called me the other day and was like, hey, we learned about Martin Luther King and learned about what's her name? Oh my God, I'm so good. Rosa Parks, right? Rosa Parks and her sitting on the back of the bus. And I was just like, man, I gotta let these little dudes listen to, watch the Hidden Colors and watch, you know what I'm saying? Because they'll learn some stuff in school, but see, again, they'll teach him about Martin Luther King, but they're not gonna teach him that Martin Luther King said we coming to get them checks. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not gonna show them that speech. They're going to show them the I had a dream speech. Do you get what I'm saying? Selective indoctrinating teaching, right? So again, I don't really agree with the whole education over indoctrination because, again, I don't really know where you're going with it because at the end of the day, religion is somewhat indoctrinating and education is somewhat indoctrinating. So
a one-size-fits-all educational model. We need a healthy love for our flag and not a defenseless nation.
Now, I absolutely agree with that. And this is another reason me and Marcel was speaking on that in our interview. Again, make sure y'all go to the Patreon and all the podcasts to get the full Marcel interview with our brother Marcel Dixon. And make sure you donate to Marcel at marcelforcongress.com. Yes, we definitely need to close them borders. And this is another reason, because I asked, I'm actually post that little clip today. I actually asked Marcel, what's better, no tangibles, no vote, or should we be voting for someone who's for the stop of illegal immigration and, the slowing down of immigration in general? And he broke that down. I'm gonna let y'all hear the video to see what he said on that. But again, this is why it's kind of a conflict in the community between no tangibles, no votes, and should we vote Republican, because the Republicans are anti-immigration, which is immigration in general. Pro-immigration is actually kicking Black Americans' ass. So at the end of the day, we should actually be going toward non-immigration.
We need to send money to U.S. veterans instead of $45 billion to Ukraine.
This is why I said this nigga, he was all over the place. He said some good things, but then again, he slips in the BS. So again, $45 billion to Ukraine's is crazy. But we should send the $45 billion to, instead of sending it to the Ukrainians, we need to send it to the veterans. Is this crazy? No, we need to send it to Black Americans, right? Not veterans, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans at that, because again, you would say that you are a Black American, but truly you are of an immigrant background, and you wouldn't even qualify for reparations, which is why your stance on it is fathers over reparations, which is the craziest thing on the planet, which is fathers over reparations at this point in American history.
We need a president that reacts and responds instead of one that ducks and hides. We need free markets and not free stuff.
I don't know about all that either, right? So again, free markets, yeah, we cool with that. But we definitely need the free reparations, fam. I don't care what nobody keeps saying. It's so funny because somebody in my comments the other day when I spoke on the bootlegs, I don't even know if it was that one, but it might have been a video with no, it actually was. It was a video with Marcel clip, and somebody said, "Man, reparations is a good education and good jobs." And I was like, "Good education, good jobs." He's like, "Only Black Americans is talking about this. Only Black Americans is asking for something for free or whatever." So I said, "Yo," I gave the link to the other video I did about the Asians and the Latinos who were pushing for HR 40, but within the article, it literally said that they want reparations themselves, right? That they're pushing for reparations for themselves. So when I put that, then all of a sudden she changed the whole argument. And I was like, no, because you just literally just said that we were the only ones asking for this. Like, we want some handouts and all we need is good jobs. See, because when it comes to other people, see, then I said, yo, now your stance isn't the same stance you had when it was about Black people. Now that you see that other people are trying to get it, you try to switch it up. Oh, she said, this is exactly what she responded to that. Oh, you acting like Black Americans were the only slaves. First of all, we were only slaves in America. Actually, we were, right? And again, that still doesn't take away from what you're saying, that all we need is good jobs, right? All we need is a good education, and we're the only ones complaining, right? So now when it came to them, and I said, yo, they asking for the same thing. It wasn't, well, all of y'all are complaining. That's what her real response should have been. And they need jobs too. And they need good education too. They don't need no reparations. See, it wasn't none of that when it came to other groups. Because this is what happens, right? We start getting into this whole deflection thing, right? So again, he's talking about no free stuff. Yes, Native Americans get checks every single month. Every single month, here and there. Another person asked me in the comments, they said, do you think Black Americans, shout out to the fam who asked that question though, because it wasn't out of malice or anything like that. He said, do you think Black Americans who committed Black on Black crimes should get reparations? I said, absolutely. Absolutely. I was in prison with Native Americans who was in there for sexual assaults, aggravated assaults, right? Murders, stabbings. You feel what I'm saying? All type of stuff. And they were still getting them checks every month. They didn't say, oh, because you committed this crime, your check stopped, right? So again, we want to get away from the who should get it. Anybody's going to get it. If you are eligible and your ancestors trace back to American slavery, you get it regardless of what's going on in your life. If you are in prison for 18 murders and your lineage traces back to slavery, the rest of them years you got to spend in jail and prison, because you're going to be in there for the rest of your life, 18 murders, let's be real, right? And until you get the death penalty, you're going to get them checks, and you can spend it on however you want. You can spend it on your canteen. You can send the checks back to your family. You can do whatever you want, but you still get checks. But let's go. Let's I digress. Let me keep going.
We need lower gas prices and less gas lighting.
Now I'm gonna give you that one. We definitely need some lower gas prices, and we need some lower egg price. Yo, y'all seen the price of eggs, fam? Yo, eggs is outrageous. 2 18 packs, right? 2 18 count of eggs, which is 36 eggs, is $15. I went to where I was like, yo, I'm done eating eggs, fam. I'm good on the eggs, bro. I just gotta figure something out. I'm about to get them powdered eggs in a second. You feel me? What the hell is going on with eggs? I know there ain't no shortage in eggs either. They always say it's a shortage on something so they can boost the price up. You notice what there's never a shortage on? There's never a shortage on cigarettes. There's never a shortage on alcohol. You notice that? You notice that there's never a shortage on those two items, but we'll be short on chicken. We'll be short on eggs. You get what I'm saying? It's a shortage in gas. It's a shortage on everything but that damn tobacco and that alcohol.
We need to serve God and not be demagogues. We don't need lapdogs or Hunter Biden's laptops.
I don't really care about Hunter Biden's laptop. I mean, he's a crackhead, and who cares? We all got crackheads in our family. But the Hunter dogs, Now, those robotic dogs that they're making in the lab, yo, that shit is deep because they are allowing these things to kill. I think they passed a law in San Francisco to say that they can kill, they can kill now. Like that's a whole nother issue. And I might do a whole video on that because, oh yes, I absolutely do. I'm gonna do another video on that, probably do it later on tonight on the dogs. And they also have right now, family, look it up. You can Google this. They have robotic lawyers. They have robotic lawyers now. Man, it's getting deep, family.
We need Jesus. We need Jesus today. We need Jesus tomorrow. And we need Jesus forever.
Family. You know I'm about to go in on this right here. Now, again, don't be offended if you believe, you know what I'm saying? Don't let me stop you from believing based off what I'm going to say. Don't hate me for what I'm about to say. But fam, if this is what it is, bro, we shouldn't be. If Jesus is who they claim him to be, and we need him, we shouldn't be in the situation we in, family. Again, they love to say we are the chosen people, but we've been on the bottom and going through hell. Kids getting fed to alligators, used as alligator bait, peeling our skin off, making them as shoes and furniture, you know, tying one leg to the horse and the other leg to the other horse and making them buck in opposite directions, you know, hanging us, lynching us, just all the stuff we've been through and we're still going through. Fam, that's why I can't rock with it. And I'm gonna be honest, bro, this is why a lot of people by the church, the black church is on a decline. I'm telling you right now, and I'm not saying that you still have a lot of black people who believe, they just don't want to deal with the black church, right? Because it's a lot of politics which shouldn't, and I mean religious politicking, right? It's a lot of goofy stuff that go on in the church as far as money being finessed, you know, pastors knocking down the women in the church. You just got a whole bunch of crazy stuff that goes on within the church. And again, that doesn't negate the people or the, you know, I mean, but, you know, at the end of the day, family, the black church is probably, to me, and this is my opinion, is probably one of the biggest reasons that we don't ever get progression, right? Because a lot of our people are religious. And again, I grew up in the church. I was believing all until I was about 30. And again, that was about 10 years ago when I kind of was like, man, I'm done with this, right? And again, that's my opinion, right? That's my situation, right? I ain't telling nobody to stop believing. But man, listen, bro. At the end of the day, right, the black church gets a lot of money. And the simple fact that they are bringing in almost $100 billion a year, and we still don't have one black supermarket, says a whole lot about the whole church atmosphere and what goes on in the church. Excuse me. Right? Excuse me, family. Again, this is why a lot of people are getting out of the church. A lot of them still stay religious, right? A lot of them just be like, yo, listen, I still believe in what I believe. I can praise my God from over here, and I ain't got to be going to the institution that's known as the church anymore, right? Because it's a lot of finesse and phony shit going on in there. Again, it's like politics, right? You sit here and you give us this feel-good stuff, and then really at the end of the day, it's no progression going on. That's exactly what's happened with us in politics, right? The Democrats every year, they come around with their little free college, free healthcare, tax the rich, do this, do that. And then you come and you turn around in the next year, they're in office and they're doing whatever they're doing. And we come to find out that we're still in the same state. Not only do they keep doing the same thing, but sometimes we're actually in a worse position than we was the previous year. Do you feel what I'm saying? All of this, hold up, things are changing, everything, this isn't the same as it was, and like, but it really is. Again, because a lot of people see on a level of, guess what? I can go where I want. I can go inside this white business and buy whatever I want. I can go live in this white community. Things aren't the same as they were back in the day, but for real, when you look at the wealth gap and the wealth in the country, things are actually getting worse. The wealth gap is widening. Excuse me. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. The wealth gap is widening. So at the end of the day, family, things are not the same. So again, this pastor was wilding for that whole fathers over reparations, bro. That's like the craziest shit I ever heard. Fathers over reparations. So again, they don't want us getting the land grants. They don't want us getting the cash reparations. They don't want us getting the tax exemption. And again, when we say cash payments, we're talking about annuity payments. We're talking about continuous cash, right? And again, take a book from the natives. They get cash every month. Cash. None of them are saying, yo, you know what? We don't need cash. No. We don't need no cash. Like, come on, fam. Right? No. We definitely need cash, and we need it on a regular basis. Right? Think about this, and you know they have it. The Chinese dude, Andrew Wang, right? He was on the he's a Democrat. He's now trying to do this old different party, but nobody was going with that. So I think that hit a roadblock, right? Because they was trying to say, oh, they named themselves a different party, so they wasn't part of the Democrats and they wasn't the Republicans. So they think, but no, you're still a Democrat. You still in bed with all these people, and it's still going to be the same thing. But anyway, he rode on a platform that was speaking on giving every American citizen $1,000 a month. $1,000. Now watch. It's 300 million citizens in the United States. Over 300 million, right? Now, it's about 50 to 60 million Black Americans, right? And that might go even a little bit down if you start delineating and saying this is foundational Black Americans, right? So now watch this. If you can give $1,000, because I know he did the math on it and he knows that can happen without the United States being hurt, right? $1,000 a month. You could do that for foundational Black Americans as reparations. Of course, we're going to get more than 1,000, right? We still going to get more than 1,000, and you can tax exempt us. Because again, we try to look at reparations in a weird way. It's always like, bro, do y'all not see what the natives are doing? It's like anytime we talk about reparations, like we literally have a group of people that have been getting reparations for centuries now, right? And still are getting them. And when we talk about reparations, we act like we can't just see this going on over here. We like, oh, nah. So what y'all think they're going to give y'all a one-time payment? Like, no, what you mean? These niggas getting checks every month. Why would we get a one-time payment? Like, no, they're gonna make it like this, and they're gonna make sure that you don't be able to do this and do that. And like, hold on, what are you talking about? They're not doing none of this shit to these people right here. We're gonna follow the lead of what they're doing. We're not saying we're gonna follow the lead what they doing with their money, right? Because Native Americans be messing their bread up too, right? Everybody messes their bread up. Everybody has a group of people, because what people don't understand is that there's more poor people in the country than rich people. So that's going to tell you that even in the white society, Black society, Spanish society, Chinese society, all in America, nigga, there's a bulk of people in each group that are fucking their money up. But somehow we act like it's only black people in society that's messing up their bread. You feel what I'm saying? So get away from this whole, oh, all we're going to do is spend the money and give it right back. Everybody's giving the money right back for the most part. Everybody's giving the money right back. So let's stop being stupid. Let's stop being stupid. White people own 90-something% of the resources in this country. So that means Spanish people do, deal with each other. They deal with each other more than we do, right? But still, a majority of their bread is still going to white society. I watch it every day, and no matter what state I'm in, right? They're still going to the malls. The Spanish people don't own the malls. They don't own fucking Foot Locker. They don't own Cage Jewelers. They don't own all this shit that these people are still going in. They don't own the goddamn gas stations. So this is what I'm telling you. Spanish people, they don't own fucking Snickers and Sprite and Coca-Cola and all of this other shit. Spanish people and Chinese people don't own that shit. White people own it. So they're giving a lot of the bulk of their money back to white society as well. So what are you talking about? So now we shouldn't get our bread because we are wasteful? Come on, man. That shit is so... People be having some of the stupidest arguments. And again, like I said, their plan, and this is what we have to watch out for, is people like this who look like a foundational Black American, who talks like a foundational Black American, because this man has no accent whatsoever, right? But you're not foundational Black American. And then you're saying something against reparations. And this is why, again, because a lot of people say, yo, you keep bringing up Umar, you trying to get clickbaits. It ain't about Umar. It's about anybody speaking on reparations that's not on code. We are not going to sit here and allow anybody. I didn't know this dude from a can of paint. I seen what he said. I said, oh, I'm about to do a video on him. He in the limelight. He on Fox News and stuff like that. You can get it. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Let's anybody that's in the Black grassroots or in Black in these Black spaces, I don't care if they're in the new Black media or not, whether it's me or somebody else, if we start talking stupid, you can get it. You can get it. Nobody's above reproach in this society, dog. And that's what a lot of these people do, because y'all love to idolize all these personalities, right? All these people, Umar and all the rest of these people, y'all like to idolize them. I like these people, right? I like Umar, I like Tyreek, I like Dr. Bush Watkins, I like Dr. Claude Anderson, Kaba, all the rest of them. You feel what I'm saying? Dr. Mayat, I like all these people. But nobody's above reproach. Nobody is above being corrected if they are saying something that, is detrimental to the group. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, man. Hold on. I should have been took this off. Sorry. But that's what I'm saying, right? Nobody's above reproach. And this is why we have to stop personality worshiping, right? Because we do a lot of personality worship in our community. We do it in society in general, because it ain't just Black people that personality worship. This is why when it comes to somebody like Jay-Z, Puffy, any of these people, Lil Wayne, you go on social media and say something that they're doing wrong, and they could be dead wrong. They could be so wrong that they apologize for what they did. You can say something and they will come for you, boy. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot of personality worship. That's one thing I don't do. I don't care. I like these people at the end of the day. And again, like I said, and people correct me in my comments all the time. Hey, man, you corrected me. At the end of the day, I'm not always right. I'm not the smartest person on the planet. I don't claim to be. I'm not the most articulate person on the planet. I don't claim to be at the end of the day. And I'm not above reproach. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not above being corrected. And a lot of these people, you know what I'm saying, they start getting built up and they just feel like, oh, so many people like me, you can't tell me anything. You feel what I'm saying? And for real, we have a lot of that in our community. I always say this, man. I remember watching Sonetta one day, and Sonetta was like, yo, I've never heard Polite, Shaka Utmost at the time. And all these other people, Dr. Ali Muhammad, he said, I never heard any of y'all say I was wrong. I never heard any of y'all say I was wrong. You feel what I'm saying? People do not like to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong, bro. We all don't have the answers. We all don't have the answers to everything. You feel me? So again, all this personality worship has to end in our community. And again, we have to address people, especially not non-foundational Black Americans. Because I'm going to tell you right now, bro, if you aren't part of, listen, do you think Native Americans would allow us to come in their circles and tell them what they don't need? I'm just being serious. Think about that. Go to a reservation and go to a little county meeting or a little meeting that they have and go in there and say, yo, you know what? These cash payments y'all getting every week, y'all wasting a break. Y'all don't need this. See, what y'all need is y'all need sensitivity training. Y'all need AA because y'all drinking too much alcohol and this, that, and the third. So y'all don't need the cash. Y'all need financial literacy. Man, them niggas will kick your ass out so fast. Fuck around, whoop your ass in there talking about what we don't need and what. Come on, man. They never gonna allow you to come in their little circles and do that. But we allow people to come in our circles and just say whatever they want and not supposed to check it. Like, nah, dog, we in a new time. This is why that last video I just made about what's his name? The two bootlicks. I can't even remember their goddamn name, that shit. It was so funny, bro, because ever since I stopped smoking weed, it's like I can't remember anything. Now, when I was smoking weed, I could remember everything. Now, I ain't smoked weed in the whole year and some change, and now I can't remember shit. Michael Eric Dyson and the other bootlick. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. Michael Eric. I'm gonna just talk about Michael Eric Dyson. But he was on there with Mark Lamont Hill. That's his name. He was on there with Mark Lamont Hill, and they over here talking about how they mad that the Black grassroots at that we have all the Black people's ear. You see what I'm saying? Because again, the times is changing. The times is changing, family. And we have to check all these people, right? And get them out the paint so we can get focused and get what's due to us. Because again, a lot of reasons these people are coming there saying fathers over reparations. We need gold over cash payments. We don't need cash payments. What we need is we need to take the revenue from the music industry and we need to disperse that to the Black community. What? You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are bringing these ideas up because they know reparations is around the corner. And this is why we have to put a halt to anybody who's trying to sabotage our progress. Because they know what time it is. So look, family, please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, that like button, that share button, notification bell. Make sure y'all subscribe to Anchor, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and my Patreon. Donate to the Cash App and the PayPal. Cash App is WILLIE0312. That's WILLIE0312. And the PayPal is Blackstar TV 20. So again, family, man, I appreciate y'all for being here with me today. Again, I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. I hope y'all had a productive week and have a productive weekend. Be safe out there. Again, family, man, we have to check all these bootlicking coons, man, because we have a lot of people out here who get little crumbs from, the dominant white society, and they try to come back and give us the false information to misguide us in the wrong direction just for their personal gain. And those days are over. Those days are over. And this is why we have to support the Black grassroots and support the people so we can build up the people who actually speak for us so we can have a bigger voice to go out to the masses. You get what I'm saying? Instead of somebody like Mark Lamont Hill or Michael Eric Dyson or this dude right here who's non-FBA, who doesn't speak, who speaks like a FBA, but for real is off code like a mug, right? Again, we definitely want reparations over everything, right? That doesn't mean we don't need fathers in our house, right? That doesn't mean we don't need a 2-parent household, right? We do need that, but we also need reparations even more. Because again, we need the land, we need the money, we need the tax exemption, we need all of that, right? We need all of that. And again, I'm about to post my I asked Marcel what this reparations look like to him, and he broke it down, and he gave me all the list of things that he think we should get for reparations and how it should be dispersed and things like that. So I'm gonna post that video later on today. Y'all have a blessed day, man. We out of here, man.